Good afternoon, students. So we are going to discuss about continuation to previous topic, that is data mining functionalities. We completed functionalities, right? We already completed the discussion of 6 functionalities. What are they? Once again, I am going to brief out those: concept class description, association analysis. Then third one, we started with cluster analysis, then classification prediction, then outlier analysis and evolutionary analysis, right? So we discussed about those 6 different types of functionalities and how they are going to be influence the data mining concepts that we have seen very clearly. And next we are going to see the topic is patterns. Interesting. How can we choose the interesting patterns? What is a pattern? Pattern is interesting. So that means already earlier I have given one example. Suppose I am going to deal with student database of 4th year CSE of WITS. My interest is only the results of previous semester. The pattern which is related to only the result of 3rd year 2nd semester. So I am interested in that only. So whatever other patterns, whatever other data, whatever the data, based on that we are going to generate the patterns, all those are uninteresting patterns. So what is my interest? My interest is only the results of 3rd year. So such things, a pattern is interesting if it is easily understood by humans, valid and new. So here, what is a pattern? Whenever we are going to display the result, we need to use some graphical representations, like with the help of graphs, with the help of some Excel sheets, with the help of some word description, we are going to show the results, right? So while showing the results, what pattern we are going to be influence the end user, so that we are going to be select. And then next, so that is the way we are going to select the interesting patterns. So here, whenever you are going to choose the patterns, what you need to choose? Completeness, optimization. So interesting patterns are going to be going to have completeness, and one more is optimization. So interesting patterns must be optimized. So these are the 2 properties which are going to be satisfied with the help of our patterns. And what are the multiple disciplines which are going to be supported by data mining system? Here, if you look at this diagram, what you are able to see, so data mining is supported with database technology, statistics, visualization, information science, machine learning, other disciplines. So like this, data mining can be used for not only database technology, it also used for statistics. Wherever mathematical statistics we are going to be used, so there we are going to use the data mining system. Visualization, so whenever you are going to present the things, in what way we need to present the things, how can we influence, how can we attract more audience, that also you require analysis, that is data mining system is going to be useful. And information science, the science related objects, the science related projects always requires much analyzation. There also we are going to use the data mining system. And machine learning, so one of the most popular technology, trending technology, what we can call it as machine learning. So we are going to train the machine to give the solution. So what we are going to do, we are going to train the machine is going to be trained. So with that concept is machine learning. So in all these cases, what we are going to be used, data mining is going to be used. Okay, so try to draw the diagram. Okay, it is most important one. Draw the diagram, all of you, and how the data mining system is going to be useful for multiple disciplines. So that we are going to discuss with this diagram. And then how so the data mining system can be viewed in different classifications. So here, these are the classifications: kinds of data to be mined, kinds of knowledge to be discovered, kinds of techniques utilized, kinds of applications adapted. So basically the functionality is given with 2 different types. So what are these types? One is descriptive, another one is predictive. Descriptive in the sense, descriptive, the word itself, it is giving some meaning. What is that? Description, something which can be described, just like concept class. So what is concept? Concept or class which can describe the properties of some objects, right? So it is going to provide the description of the object, so that such functionalities are descriptive. And predictive in the sense, based on some assumptions, based on some values, predicting the future values is the prediction. So that is a predictive data mining. So data mining can be two types: descriptive, predictive. So analysis in the sense, so here the two different types of functionalities, one is descriptive and predictive. Descriptive in the sense, so the data mining is analysis, how we are going to analyze the things. During the analyzation, you are going to know the properties of objects, that is knowing. So that is, you are going to reveal the properties of objects, so that is description. And another case is prediction. Prediction in the sense, based on some existing values, you are going to predict based on the properties of one object, predicting the properties of another object, that is prediction. So here the analysis comes with two different features, two different types. What are they? One is knowing about existing one, another one is based on one concept knowing another entity properties, that is the second case. So like that, descriptive data mining and predictive data mining, descriptive data mining and predictive data mining. Clear? And the data mining can be classified as kinds of databases to be mined. Already we had a discussion, right? We have learned different types of databases: object databases, object relational databases, spatial databases, temporal databases, time-based databases, sequential databases, text databases, World Wide Web. Like that, we have learned several databases, right? So what kind of database which we are going to be mined? Based on that, we are going to use such particular data mining system. Suppose data mining system cannot be applied, same kind of data mining system cannot be applied for all kinds. So whatever it will be applied for, it can be supports all kinds, but same system cannot deal with all kinds of databases. Whenever we are going to use the object databases, we need to use some kind of functionalities. Suppose if we are going to use the spatial database, you need to use some other kind of functionalities of data mining system. So that is kinds of databases to be mined. Based on that, there is a classification in the data mining system. And kinds of knowledge to be discovered, the type of knowledge. So what kind of knowledge you are going to be extracted? Whether you are going to describe the concept, whether you are going to develop a classification model, whether you are going to identify the outliers, whether you are going to find out the evaluations. So what type of knowledge you are going to be extract? So if it is concept class, one system. If it is classification, another system. If it is outlier, another. If it is evaluation, another. Like this, there is a difference. So what kind of knowledge you are going to be discover? So based on that, we are going to classify. We are going to classify the data mining system. Clear? And kinds of techniques utilized. So already I told you, in order to generate the results, what you need to do, you need to follow some techniques, right? So techniques in the sense, these are the step-by-step process of an algorithm, what you are going to be implement for getting the results. So here, what type of technologies you are going to be used, what type of techniques you are going to be followed for generating the results. So as per that, and there is a classification. Suppose I am going to use some OLAP. What is OLAP? Online Analytical Processing. So this is a server I am going to be used. So this is the technique I am used. Like this, we are going to classify the data mining system based on types of techniques which we are going to be utilized for generating the results. And one more is kinds of applications adapted. So already we have learned. Yes, what we have learned? What are the types of applications which are supported by the data mining system? Right, in the beginning of our class subject, we started with the applications of data mining system. So based on the application, again there is a classification, whether this data mining system is for this purpose, like scientific applications purpose, or some general purpose, or for banking purpose, or for some supermarket results analysis, or some organization production purpose. So what is the application you are going to be adapted for implementing the data mining system? Based on that, there is a classification. Like this, there are some variations: types of databases to be mined, types of knowledge to be extracted, types of techniques utilized, and types of applications which we are going to be adapted. Clear? So based on all these things, we are going to use the data mining system, different types of data mining system. And the next, an OLAM architecture, online analytical mining. A for analytical, M for mining. Okay, online analytical mining. So here, if you look at this diagram, what you are able to see, there are some layers: layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4. So what is layer 1? It completely involves with input, from where you are going to take the input. So data warehouse or databases. After taking the input, what we have to do? We have to do the fundamental activity. What is that? Data cleaning, data integration. Suppose if it is from multiple databases, what you have to do? You have to integrate those. And then what you have to do? Filtering. What is filtering? Removing the noisy data. What you are able to remove? Noisy data can be removed. Yes or no? And here also filtering and integration, here also filtering. And this is the layer 1 data repository. That means whatever the data values we are going to be considered, so that can be specified in case of layer 1. And next, layer 2. What is the layer 2? Layer 2 is database. Okay, multi-dimensional database. Whatever the database, individual databases or data warehouse, whatever it is using, so that will be creating multi-dimensional database. This is the uniform format where we are going to follow the all kind of patterns, whatever we are going to require. And it is supported with metadata. What is metadata? Knowing about data. Already I told you simply, suppose metadata is kind of a dictionary. What is dictionary? Whenever we are doubted with any particular data values, that we are able to get the meaning from the dictionary. The same kind of activity which is provided by the metadata. Clear? So metadata supports multi-dimensional databases, which is going to be acting as the input for our system. And then layer 3, what we are going to use, this is the main functionality. What is that? Data mining system. So how the data mining system is defined? With the help of two engines, OLAM and OLAP. Online analytical mining engine, online analytical processing engine. OLAP is simply transaction processing. OLTP is transaction processing. OLAP is analytical processing, information processing. Okay. So here OLAP engine and OLAM engine. OLAM in the sense online analytical mining, and OLAP in the sense online analytical processing. Okay, analytical processing, that means you are going to perform some analysis. Transaction, OLTP, already one more word you heard, that is OLTP. TP means T for transaction. What is transaction? Inserting is a transaction, deleting is a transaction, updating is a transaction. So in all these cases, what you are going to, you are performing the activity, but you are not utilizing any kind of analyzation. So that is the OLTP and OLAP. And finally, from these two servers, what we are going to do, we are going to generate the results, where the results are going to be published with the help of GUI API, graphical user interface, application interface. So here this is user interface. The results are going to be displayed. This is the final layer, right? So this is the user interface, is the final layer. So this is OLAM architecture. So I request all of you to copy the diagram. Okay. So if you copy, this is also important one. Several times it appeared in the end examinations. So try to copy. So what you have to identify, how many layers are there? One is input, So either individual databases or data warehouse. Then what you have to do, you have to process data pre-processing. What we can call it as pre-processing. Pre-processing is an operation or an activity which requires for making the data ready to be processed. So that is stored in the multi-dimensional database. So I am saying multi-dimensional. Why? Because multiple dimensions are going to be involved in this database. Whenever the complex data values are going to be involved, such complex values are supported with the help of metadata. And then next, OLAP engine. So this is the main activity. That means what is the main activity? Main activity in the sense what is the purpose? Data mining system. So the actual data mining is going to be performed in the this layer 3, OLAP or OLAM servers. OLAP or OLAM servers. Clear? And then finally it is the just results display. Whatever the user interested patterns, as per the user interest, we are going to display the results. Clear? And then next, major issues in data mining. So what are the issues in case of data mining system? So that is the issues are with mining different kinds of knowledge in databases, interactive of mining of knowledge at multiple levels of abstraction, incorporation of background knowledge, data mining query languages and ad hoc data mining, expression and visualization of data mining results, handling noise and incomplete data, pattern evaluation, the interestingness problem, performance and scalability. So these are the issues. Issues in the sense what kind of things we need to be considered while implementing the data mining system. And here what we need to consider, one is different kinds of knowledge, either it is concept class or association or classification that we need to identify, interactive mining knowledge at multiple levels of abstraction, how the results are going to be hidden at level by level or revealed at level by level, that we are going to, and background knowledge. Obviously background knowledge influence the results, and query languages and ad hoc data mining. So the data mining can be implemented with the help of data mining query language, that is also known as DMQL, data mining query language. So here it is going to be used, and visualization of data mining results. Different patterns are going to be followed for implementing the data mining results, and handling the incomplete data and noisy data, and finally showing the patterns. Clear? So these are the major issues in data mining system. And next, that's it. This is about the basic information or brief introduction about the data mining system. So there is a lot to be discussed in the first unit itself. So we completed the basic information about the data mining system. So that is what is data mining and what is the KDD process, and different repositories which are going to be useful for data mining process, and what are the different functionalities of data mining system, and how the data mining system can be classified based on what factors are going to be influence the data mining system to classify things. That we had a discussion. And finally we have seen what are the issues, what things we need to consider while implementing the data mining system. That also we have discussed, right? So this is about a brief introduction about data mining, and then we can start the discussion with the data pre-processing. Am I clear with this? Thank you.